If you're watching this, it's not by coincidence. It is not by chance. This was meant for you. You are powerful. You may think you're too short, too tall, too fat, too skinny, too quiet, too loud, too inexperienced, too whatever. See, here's the thing. Even if any of this is true, you are still able to achieve extraordinary things despite the lack of any skills or physical characteristics, despite any limiting perceptions or realities. You are able to grow and achieve beyond your wildest imagination. You may be imperfect, but you're imperfectly powerful. Take me, for instance. I'm naturally an introvert. Large crowds, loud music, small rooms with too many people are draining for me. I'm short. I weigh no more than $160, soaking wet, and I'm fearful of letting friends and loved ones down. I remember having a mustache in the 5th grade, hairy legs like Sasquatch. All the kids used to make fun of me, and it was crazy being the only kid who, I guess, hit puberty in the 4th or 5th grade at the time, in the early 90s. So you know how that went. A bunch of kids making fun of the hairy kid when nobody had any hair on any parts of their body in the 4th or 5th grade. These were the outside securities that plagued me. And then you have the mental insecurities. Will I measure up? Am I enough? Am I worthy? Am I worthy of love? Do I matter? If I do this, will they do that? If I don't do that, will they do this? Does anyone see me? Does anyone hear me? Does anyone value me? Fortunately for me, I had a ride-or-die family who constantly encouraged one another. This was led by my mom and pop, who they led us to believe that we can do anything. I mean, little 5'4" me, 5'5". Let me get every inch I can, you dig? Little 5'5" me. My father convinced me that I was the next Michael Jordan. And I gotta say, I thank him, because it allowed me a certain confidence, a certain mettle, belief in myself that, I'm sorry to say, I see so many people lacking these days. See, we're all imperfect, and yet we're also so powerful, able to achieve extraordinary feats, not in spite of our limitations, but because of them. Have you ever heard the story of the turtle and the bear? See, I know most people, you're familiar with the tortoise and the hare, but there's a similar story about a turtle and a bear, where a bear challenged everyone in the woods to a race, and no one, because they were all fearful, challenged him except the little turtle. But the turtle was smart. He knew that he had limitations. And so he devised a plan, and he said, hey, I'll race in the water and you'll race on the land. Well, the bear was pretty smart too. He said, well, I won't be able to see you. And so the turtle rebutted and said, hey, how about I pop my head up so that you can see me? The further I go, I'll pop my head up so that you'll always know where I am. And so the bear agreed, and they raced. Ready, set, go. The bear took off. And he didn't think that the turtle would take off, so he kind of slacked. And then the turtle popped his head up, and he was way farther than the bear anticipated. And then the turtle went back down. Well, then the bear picked up his speed, and sure enough, the story continues, and the turtle pops his head up even farther along, farther and faster than the bear could have ever imagined, until finally the turtle pops his head up past the finish line. No one could have imagined it. How could the turtle beat the bear? The bear, shamed in his defeat, went back into his cave and hibernated. After everything cleared, all the dust settled, and all the animals went their separate ways, the turtle said, rise. And out from the water, all of the turtles and his family appeared. And the turtle said, thank you. I couldn't have done this without my friends and family. See, the turtle recognized his limitations and recognized that growth happens not just within ourselves, but because of the people around us. Not technically the turtle cheated, but you get the moral of the story. The turtle overcame his physical limitations with his ingenuity, with his creativity. He realized that his personal growth could be achieved through a collective effort. This is a principle that we often overlook. See, something or someone will give you the inspiration that you need, the answer to the problem that's been driving you crazy. They may have the know-how, the network, the experience, or they may give you a push in the right direction simply by encouraging or challenging you. You'd be surprised at how empowering it is to see someone accomplish an amazing feat and almost immediately turn to you and encourage you that you can do the same, that nothing separates you from them besides your beliefs and your actions. One of my favorite passages is, "Show me your faith without works, and I'll show you my faith by my works." It's time to shed limiting beliefs, counterproductive habits, and self-defeating environments. Anything that holds you back, any fears, any doubts, fears of success, or fears of failure.
I think the greatest fear that we face is ourselves, actually. I think it's not anything that's external or anything that's superficial. I think the greatest fear you face is yourself, because we all have dreams, and it's very scary sometimes to accept the dream that you have. And it's scarier still to say, okay, I want that. It's scary because you're afraid that if you put your heart and soul into it and you fail, then how are you going to feel about yourself?
Relinquishing fear often starts with questions and positive affirmations. Questions like, is this fear real? Is this feeling valid? Is this all in my head? Next come the affirmations. Affirmations are the positive energies that are needed to counteract and conquer negativity, negative thoughts. Affirmations like, you got this, let's go. I am worthy, I am lovable, I believe in myself, I am enough, I am powerful, my life is good and getting better. My life is good and getting better. So I'll ask you, what do you want in life? How much time, planning, and action are you willing to give? If you answer these questions honestly, you'll discover two things. First, your level of interest. Second, your level of commitment. Now, these are great questions, but if you truly desire change, you need to ask yourself this. Are you willing to leave the old you behind? Are you willing to relinquish your current identity, or at least a piece of it, to realize who you can become? It hit me watching NFL football on Sunday. I'm sitting here watching these athletes at the top of their physical game, and I'm starting to develop a beer gut, y'all. I looked up and I said, I'm not sure enough of myself. See, I'm 37 now, and it's painfully obvious that I must be more intentional. Devote conscious energy to figuring out specifically what you want and what is needed to get you there. The bottom line is, put your time, energy, and efforts into accomplishing your goals and aspirations. Surprisingly, it's not as hard as we scare ourselves into believing. This leads me to my next point. Eliminate and replace sabotaging habits with positive habits. Eliminate bad inputs, information, people, and environments. Go into your cocoon and emerge a butterfly. I know it's a little cliche, but there's a powerful principle there. Private practice precedes public victory. Your goals won't happen overnight. They can be achieved. See, results, they have beginnings. They have roots. You can't have the fruits without the roots. You've been given gifts. Please don't wait till it's too late to start using them. Don't spend days, months, years in fear, only to look back and realize that the opportune time has passed you by. See, no one becomes a pro, a professional, overnight. It takes time and lots of small, consistent progress. Relish in the small wins. Be encouraged by them. Marginal wins, incremental growth, 1% increases can lead to growth beyond your wildest imagination. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. A little more belief, a little more confidence, a little more knowledge that you can shed self-doubt and self-defeating thoughts. You have everything that you need. No, you're not perfect. You have limitations. You have inadequacies, real or perceived. And though these things may be true, you are still powerful. Before I go, a lot of us have things that keep coming up. Ideas, thoughts, aspirations. These things that continue to represent themselves over and over throughout the years, they matter. It's almost like the future you is yearning and pleading with you to start this new process. Don't take these things lightly. They won't go away because it's something that you strongly desire. Think of it as you reminding you to start a journey that could lead to so much fulfillment. I hope y'all enjoyed rocking out with me. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Again, I appreciate your support. I appreciate the time. I hope that you are getting value out of these messages. Don't continue to do them. Remember, private practice precedes public victory. It's okay to fail, and it's not a failure unless you stay down. It's just another way for you to learn, just another way for you to get more experience. Everybody who's successful, no matter who they are, they started at the bottom. They started learning. They worked through failure until failures showed them the correct path, the correct door, the correct way to success. I'm just Daniel, one half of All Things Connected. Love y'all. Have a great day. Peace.
Mm-hmm.